Yo, 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 what's good? What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Robert Williams here, back with another video, another little continuation video. The previously one I released on Thinkorswim was a little bit rusty there because I've been working. Brain power was totally gone. But back with another definitely short video this time. And we're going to talk again about Thinkorswim. So follow me on IG, The Emotional Trader on Instagram. Like and subscribe to this page. I know I don't say that every single time. You know why? Because I'm not trying to really monetize the page or anything. This actually is just here for my kids, for friends, for family. Sharing this information allows me to work on my ability to teach, my ability to share information to see if I'm effective in doing so. So, I would like that feedback if you actually want to leave a comment. So that'd be cool. If you don't want to leave a comment, I'm not really tripping because the game is free. The information is free. We're still here having fun and talking about stock trading. So let's dive into Thinkorswim. I'm going to now share my screen. And this time I'm going to share like the whole screen. Lately, I've just been sharing like the small screen. I don't know how people have been liking it, but the reason why I was sharing small screen though, just so you know, is because when I make this bad boy big and I'm using my MacBook Pro with a monitor extension, this thing gets choppy. And I hate the fact that it gets so choppy. Yeah, like it's not responding fast enough. See, so if you see that, that's why I don't share the whole screen. So let me stop sharing just so you guys can see that's why I don't do it. And I'm going to make my Thinkorswim smaller because it acts better when it's smaller. Unless, maybe I should monetize so I can try and get a new computer up in this piece. Even though I know I can. My wifey hasn't said I couldn't. So just being real. All right. So let's redo the sharing. We are going to share. Oh yeah, multiple people can share simultaneously. Cool. All righty. Here we go. This is definitely working a lot smoother than it generally is. So I want to show you two additional features on Thinkorswim and why I like it so much. And the last one, I'm working off that same workspace that we were looking at the last video. Nothing has changed. All the last things we did about adding spaces here, getting rid of grid lines and stuff like that is on here. But I want to show you two other cool things about utilizing Thinkorswim. One of them is a quick one because last video we talked about the flex grid, right? And I was like, there's a way to make where, your crosshairs are operating on all four at the same time. And when, later on, obviously, after making the video, remembered what it was. And it's in the settings. So you click on that widget and real quick, real easy, synchronize crosshair positions. Should have just looked there the first time, right? But I didn't. So it is what it is. So now that means when we go back here to Flex Grid, as I move and I say, oh, look it, we're on SPX again still, and we're looking at this day here now is lined up on each and every single chart where I am on my cursor, and that's cool. And then even with the cool feature that I showed you here, on being able to kind of have your flex grid, but you just, go left and right through your popular timeframes that you like to look at. When you press this arrow here that kind of loops back, it minimizes the cells. So remember, to make it big, I maximize the individual cells when it was all four of them up there. But if I go here and I do that, I minimize the cell now. And look at that, it's a lot, it's busy. Like you can't really get to see everything that you want to see. Right. But now my crosshairs are lined up. So again, if you have that big monitor and you can fit it on there and it operates and acts like it should. And it, you know, you get 1, 2, 3, 4 big that's on there, 3 if you want, right? And it looks good. Go ahead and have them all up there, same time frame things, and do that. And just make it, or make it with a flex grid and do that. But that's how you synchronize the crosshairs on all 4 of them. But again, like I mentioned, I like to have it where I can just bounce to the next one. I'm going to look at my first one, which is my daily, look at my weekly, look at my lower time frame of a 30-minute, maybe even dive into the 5-minute, right? So again, to maximize this, we're going to pick the ladder that's in the top right corner of one of these. We're going to go maximize. And now I'm on that chart for the weekly and it's red. So I know which number is which. Number 1 is my daily, 2 is my weekly, 3 is my 30-minute, 4 is my 5-minute. Right, and that's how we have it set up. So the next thing I want to show you though is pretty cool. I'm gonna move my picture thing over here. Is this feature where you can have your most popular things stuck at the top of your chart, right? Because if you want to bounce between your different studies, right now you'd have to go study, down here to load study, then the drop down box comes and you go and you pick what you want to pick, right? Sorry that it's not on there. Or if you're going to do a tool, you got to go down here to the tool, click on the tool, and you got to be like, all right, I want trend line, don't want the arrow, don't want the price level, you know, don't want a fib line. So be it. What of the tools that they have available to you here. But this feature that somebody showed me was pretty darn cool. And I was like, gotta share the game. Gotta share the game. Because it makes it easier, especially when you use tools and you're drawing trend lines or stuff like that, or you want to change up your studies on your daily sometimes, right? Super cool. So it's in this feature here called My Tools. So if you click on the widget setting and it's in the general box, it's My Tools. You're going to click here and you're going to say on each chart, right? So I'm going to click that. I'm going to click apply. I'm going to click OK. As you will see, this thing here, this section here popped up on our chart. When I go off of it, it's going to disappear. But when I come back above it, it's going to be there again. So you want to click you want to click this pin that's going to lock it there to always be on top. So again, let's go back. Settings. It's in the general tab. It's My Tools. I'm going to turn it off so you can see. Apply. Okay. Look, it's not there. But go back. Settings. Chart settings. My Tools. On each chart, it's going to pop up there. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to click apply. And it's going to pop up there. Boom. There it is. And I'm going to click OK. And now I have it locked in. If you don't lock it to make it always on top, it will disappear when you go and do other stuff and you come back above and it'll drop down. But I have it locked. So it's above the rest of my data that I like to see, like my open, high, low, close, my EMAs, you know, a little bit of that information there. So here's the cool part about this tools here. Depending on what you use most popularly, as far as drawing tools or even studies, you can lock it in up here. So what we're going to do is here, we're going to go over, we're going to keep it with this apply to chart, not apply to grid. I don't know what that says, but we're going to do apply to chart. We're going to click on the settings for this configuration here. And so it says, what do you want to put here? Now it is limited. It is limited. That's what sucks. But we can change these. So we can rename the button, or the button action is going to be your drawing tool. Now I draw trend lines often. So my drawing tool that I want to have on here is a trend line, and it's already there, right? Or you can change it to a study set. So which study do you want to select? Or you can change it to a style. If you save study sets to styles, you can change it to a style, right? So this, I like the trend line. I use that often. Text note, I used to use text note a lot, but then it took up space on the chart. So look, I can delete the button if I wanted to. Button's gone. Cool. Or this one here is now set as a study. So I have a tool and a study. So let's do this. I'm gonna add 2 tools on here. The next tool I'm gonna add is a drawing tool of the price level. So I use price level a lot to do some horizontal stuff. So now I change that to price level. I'm gonna add this time, I'm going to not add a study, but I mean, if you want to add a study, oh, you know what? I use rectangles. I like to use rectangles a lot. Oh. So I'm gonna add rectangles on there too. But look, you can make it whatever study that you would use a lot. I mean, tool that you would use a lot. If you use a lot of Fibonacci's, here's the tools that you can select from to do. Okay. Now, the next button I'm gonna add is a study instead. So if you're gonna use a study from whatever I feel like it's like millions of studies with Thinkorswim on there, then go ahead, pick a study. I ain't about to do that though. It's too much work. Okay. What's this moving average study? It's just like way too many studies. See, I'm cool. But I have my study sets. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pick my 10, 20, 50, 100 EMA, which this is the one that has all my lines on there. And I have my other study set of let's see here, of let's say like Bollinger Bands, because if you bounce through that often. And let's pick a third study set. Let's pick a study set of no EMAs. Actually, that's one that I'm using a lot lately too. No EMAs. So now, boom, I have 3 shortcuts pretty much. I've now created 3 shortcuts that are here. And this is the part that's cool about it. I go over to each chart and I have to still put it in. So that's not really the cool part, but it just is what it is. It's what, that's why, no, yeah, this thing's supposed to be on each chart thing. Because I don't want it as a single panel. Yeah, single panel puts it here. I don't want that. I want it on each chart. So apply this thing. Yeah, there. Oh, you know what? It wasn't locked in. Stupid me. I shouldn't be making YouTube videos. I can't even remember the stuff I was doing. Right. And I'm too patient. I thought it was going to be locked in on each one. All right. So it's locked in on each chart now. Okay. And so now if I'm on here, what are we looking at? Again, we're looking at MGM. I'm back on my daily. And let's say I want to draw a trend line on here. So instead of having to go down here, click on this box, come up here, click on that. I have it here. Boom, trend line, draw it in. Bam, bam, connecting some bottoms. Right click, duplicate. I've talked about this in other videos. Let's connect some tops. Quite a few tops there. That looks like an uptrending channel. Looks like a good buy point for MGM. Based on the channel. 1 low, 2 low, 3 low. But what else do we see here? It looks like it's capped off here. There's your resistance. So could it go up and continue to move up here to the resistance line of the channel? Yes, it could. But it looks like we may have a horizontal resistance. And I have set up the shortcut for price level. So now instead of, again, going down here, clicking there, pulling up, here it is right here, bam, price level. Click on there, click and click, got a line. Now that looks like an ascending wedge. And now when I don't want to use the price level again, I can just click off that and I can do whatever I want to do, right? When you see that it's highlighted, sorry about that, I didn't mean to actually do what I did. But when you see that it's highlighted in gray, it means that you click again and you're going to start creating another trend line or whatever. So if you want to go back to just your pointer, you just click it again. Same thing with rectangle. Dang, boom, there it is, whatever it is. So again, whatever it is that you're using most frequently and most often, you can have it right there, locked up there, right? And now for the studies, again, you know, my go-to is the 5, 10, 20, and 50, 100, 20, 200 moving averages that I have on there. So that means that when I'm on my daily, if I ever did change to say the no EMA, let me get rid of the noise and just look at price action. I can easily click there instead of having to go to studies, there it is, drop down box of the arrow. And then they're moving too slow for the YouTubers here. And going down there, right? Look, I had to click, click, click. Like I'm just trying to save some clicks, but it's right there. And then I can bounce back to what I normally like. Or I could say, let me throw the Bollinger Bands on there real quick. Boom, okay. That's what it looks like. That's what the Bollinger Bands are looking like right now for it. Okay. All right. Oh, it was at the bottom side of the Bollinger Bands. Okay. Maybe that's the bounce up. So I have a trend line. Actually, that's 4. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Didn't even see that one. Did a duplicate, hit that high, but okay, didn't really go up there this last time because it hit the top of the band. I'm like, all right, cool. Now I see those Bollinger Bands back to what I want to normally look at. Okay. Same thing on the other ones. Here's our weekly. Let me get rid of the noise. Okay. Let me throw some Bollinger Bands on the weekly. Oh, okay, that's what that's looking like. All right, let me put the EMA lines back on there. And again, in the other video, I talked about like having just like the 10, the 20, or even the 50 only of the EMAs on the weekly. So, you know, we can put that one up here too if we wanted to, right? What do? We just go to settings. We're going to add a button. We're going to add a study set. And that study set is going to be the, come on, really? I'll do this in front of me, in front of my friends. We're going to add that one there. We're going to say done. So that's 2 there. Don't get confused about which one's which, but that's 2 there, okay? So now I have my popular studies that if I wanted to change it, I could see it real quick and I could just go back to what I'm normally used to. Or same thing with my, this is the 5-day, but with my 30-minute. So really on my weekly, I don't have this one up here on this favorite. I actually have, I would switch this one out and I would change this one, study, sorry, it's off screen. Oh, it brings it back to screen, study set. I would actually change this to the 834 cross because that's what I'm going to use most often. Sometimes I get rid of the noise on my 30-minute time frame just to see, but the 834 generally is always there. I don't really kind of ever take it off there. But maybe you want to throw the 834 on your daily, right? Again, it's up to you. This is your chart. It's your game. It's your platform. Make it what you want to make of it. Just take the information that's being shared by numerous different people and make it yours, right? That's all I did. I just robbed and duplicated what I liked. The stuff that I didn't like, trash. Some people like it with all white in the background. I don't like it. I like it dark. So I took it with dark. And I get an eyesore when I see people who have it white, but it is what it is, right? So those are some features I wanted to share with you on Thinkorswim. Let me not start rambling and talking too much because I wanted to make sure this video was short for you, but show you those 2 pretty cool features. And now, again, once you put it on here, it's saved on the workspace. You don't have to save it again. It's going to be here the next time you open it up. And again, if you want to then share it, now it has new features in this workspace that you can share with others. So look, until next time, when we get to see each other again, continue to think, live, and be unstoppable. Peace out.